So at this point, we want to check and be sure the camera is operating as it should be, and be sure it's recording properly. We're in the nave at the moment with the windows, the I am windows that are so much a part of this space. Right now, unfortunately, it's about 87 degrees in here. The air conditioning is out at the moment, but it is being worked on. So we want to see if we can get that operational and work on that. I'm going to the narthex doors. And what you're seeing now is the new lift that has been installed. And we're looking forward to a final hookup. Ken Harmon, who is a member of the congregation and a licensed electrician, has worked feverishly to be sure all of this is ready, and he will be required to do the final hookup here at the electrical box that you see. That's a 20 amp system, and then there are switches for the operation of this that are located with keys at various points on the lift itself. There's one inside the lift. And then as we come up here, you see that there is yet another key to operate the system.
Anyway, we did that, and he got out, and we rode around for a little bit. So it was all good. I don't know why the pastor's making my picture.
Carol, our parish secretary, on the phone.
Talking to Pam, one of the members.
And we're out here at the cross courtyard. The cross was recently repaired. The forms are set for a new wonderful piece of concrete area that is being put in place as part of a memorial garden and textured concrete area. The area that presently you're seeing now that is covered in Lexan will be soon replaced. That Lexan will be replaced with plate glass, and this area will be formally established as a columbarium. There are 96 niches here, which will provide the final resting place for those who desire to be inurned here. This is all being done as a memorial to Terry Childers. Gifts have been received from St. Matthew's Lutheran Church in Charleston, South Carolina, where Terry's son Eric is pastor. Pastor Eric Childers will be here probably the middle of August, possibly 1st of September for that service, and we will carry that on Ustream, the IBM site that we use, and it will be utilized as a live stream out here for that very brief service. Originally, this garden, memorial garden, was dedicated to a number of saints from this congregation. We're going to move this marker up to the wall so that it can be less hidden by the daylilies as it is right now. Between the fourth and fifth window here on the oldest building on site, which is the Peeler building. Still serves as our education building, and when we are not in the midst of a COVID-19 crisis, this building is utilized by other groups, and we look forward to the time we'll be able to have Inspired Learning, which is now in full partnership ministry with Bethany congregation. The lighting that you see here in the courtyard on 4 points was given in memory of Adrian Fry, and one of the things we're really looking forward to is when the memorial garden is finished, some of the grooming that will take place on some of our plantings out here. This will really enhance this space. One of the projects that has been worked on in recent time was the glass wall that replaced the deteriorating steel frames that were here since 1964 when the building opened. Thankfully, this has all been replaced by painted aluminum and will hopefully last us another 50 years. Here along 17th Avenue, I should say 17th Street Northwest, there used to be right along the street Bradford pear trees, and they were given by the Watts family. We removed those and have cleared away, and the grass that's been planted here just is wonderful. Opens up the front of the building a bit to more light. What we are looking forward to doing is planting some low shrubbery and some higher pieces, probably pencil trees between the windows to just sort of enhance the shape of the building a bit. But this makes the signs more visible. One of the things with the new lift is that that sign really becomes reality. The worship space is fully accessible from this side, but it's also fully accessible from the entrance to the secretary's office. The lighting, I should mention, is 200 watts each, but the beautiful thing about these lights is they're LEDs, so they are using just a fraction of the amount of electricity, and yet the four provide wonderful lighting here in the courtyard and making it fully visible. You can see that there's a camera here above the doorway. We have put those at all entrances, and soon those will be hooked up. We invested in some beautiful signage and at the same time painted our existing sign that is down at our entrance to the east parking lot, which enhances the sense of welcome to the space. Sometimes I jokingly refer to this area as the Rogues Gallery, but the pastors who have served, my predecessors who have served in this place, are portrayed here. And going back to the first pastor to serve this congregation when it was founded as a mission, a mission congregation established by Holy Trinity Lutheran Church not far from here. W.A. Deaton was the first pastor to serve this congregation. In all, there's quite a remarkable legacy of the saints who have gone before us who have served this congregation. Now we look back from the upper narthex toward the lower narthex, and prior to just several weeks ago, the area to the left was completely closed off. Now that lift that has been installed, where the wall has been cut open and an I-beam installed just above the area for the lift, all of that has provided more light coming from the outside, from the 17th Street side northwest. I've just turned the light off. This will be the area for what is becoming the new columbarium. This is inside. So the great thing about this area is that it will be heated and cooled and allow visitors to be able to visit the resting place of their loved ones here in this columbarium. Again, 96 niches are available. One of them will be occupied soon by one of the great saints of this congregation, the late Terry Childers. This is one of the great things that I really appreciated when I came here. This was a sign that was put up during the tenure of one of my predecessors, Pastor Greg Williams. It's always a reminder to us that as we leave worship, we are always going into the world. The church is called, gathered, and sent, and we are sent as disciples into the world. One of my favorite passages from Scripture is John 15, depicted in this piece. I am the vine, you are the branches. A reminder that apart from the work, the ongoing work of the Son of God, we have no life within us. It is always remembering that we have no life and no vitality, no energy for ministry apart from the living vine, which is Christ. This is our library, and it serves with a number of volumes, an area for our council meetings and a number of our committee meetings. We've not been able to enjoy a lot of time in here in recent months because of COVID-19, but the day will come and we will be able to return and enjoy this space together. The wooden vessels that are depicted here are actually made from the Bradford pear trees that were once on the west side of the building along 17th Street Northwest. On the easel is a depiction of the Westmont West Hickory community in which we are fixed. This is our place for primary ministry, and it's obviously an aerial photo, and we're using it as a way of having conversation in our community about planning for the future, not just for this congregation, but for the whole community.